Hey, what's up? I'm Joel Crouse, and I'm sitting down with CountryMusicRocks.net.
We're here at CRS 2014, and we're sitting down with Joel Crouse. How are you, and how's your CRS week going?
It's going really well. It's good to see you again. Just trying to survive. That's the main point.
Now, you recently released your new single, "Why God Made Love Songs" to country radio. Tell us a little bit about that and give us some background on that song.
Yeah, it's cool. When I first moved to Nashville, I was playing like every open mic I possibly could, and I was playing with my guitar player Kyle. And before we went on one night, we are playing at the Best Western Picks right on Music Row. And the guy was going to introduce me. He said, "Where are you from? What kind of music do you play?" And I said, "Well, I'm from a little west of Boston, and I play country music." He was from Kentucky, so he laughed in my face and blah blah blah. And I was just like, "All right." And I played him some songs, and he gave me some respect afterwards. But it made me think. Well, I love music, country music, and it's story songs and all that. But the cool thing about music, and I think why anyone who works with music, and the reason why they got into it is because there's always that song that takes them back to that one moment, brings back memories. And that's what Why God Made Love Songs is about. It's about the translation of music and emotions all with a love story, too.
Now, I know you're in the process of working on your debut album. What can you tell us about that, and where are you at in that whole process?
We're just about finished up with it. It'll be coming out this spring, summer, and it's kind of just been a crazy ride. I've got songs on there that I wrote 3 or 4 years ago, and I got songs that are on there that I wrote a year ago. So it's going to be a really good blend of where I've been as a writer, the past few years, and also I think people can expect some good love songs, heartbreak songs, and some good story songs as well.
And what's been one of your favorite moments so far recording for the album?
It's funny, there's always that song, like for instance, there's a song on the record, it was one of the favorite songs I've written, it's called Ruby Puts a Red Dress On, and when we started recording it, for some reason I hated singing it. It was really, really weird, and I did it, now it's my favorite song to sing, and that's funny how that changes, but that was like such a learning experience, because I was so, I guess, discouraged and defeated when we were recording it, and now when we perform it, and it's my favorite song to do, so.
Now, you had a huge year last year, and you went on the road with Taylor Swift. Tell us a little bit about that experience, and what did you learn from her and her whole production with touring and all that?
Well, it's insane. Just that tour in general is incredible, and it's hard to not learn anything from it. Except you learn everything from on stage and off, how she handles people, and how she handles people. I mean, hundreds of people who work for her every day on tour. But the coolest thing about it was, it was watching the performances, watching the production. It's every artist is influenced by someone else, and so to kind of take some of the influence and maybe some ideas, not to mention gained so many fans on that tour, and her fans are great because they really love music, they love songs, and that was the most flattering thing on the tour was the people really just digging the music.
And as a country newcomer, what has it been like for you having not only the music industry, but the country music fans embrace you and your music?
It's cool, and it's definitely cool being from up north. When I was getting into it, I was always a little hesitant, and people will just joke around with me. But Keith Urban's from Australia, so it's come on. But I think when I felt the most accepted, by country music fans was when I was asked to play the Opry for the first time, and that's just when I was like, it just felt like I was, doing the right thing. I was at home. It's just, you can't describe, which I'm playing the Opry tonight, so I can't wait. But that was definitely just the moment where I just felt accepted, which is cool.
If you could convey one thing to your fans about you and your music, what would it be?
Yeah, I think it's always, my music is always going to be personal. It's always going to be life experiences. There's a story behind everything, and the music that I've written has been life experience, and the music that I continue to write is going to be, from life experiences. So if you follow me in my music, it's definitely going to be like one big journey.
Now, I know you tend to visit Chipotle every now and again, or hardly ever. No. If they were going to have a Joel Crouse signature item on their menu, what would it consist of?
All right, it would be like a meal. It would be tacos with lettuce, chicken, brown rice, black beans, pico, and then chips, hot salsa, guac, and then this is the kicker right here: half Dr. Pepper, half Coke. It's called a Black Gold.
Ah,
So
very
that's the Joel
interesting.
Crouse meal right there.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see that on the menu one of these days.
I hope so too.
2014 is already underway. What are some of your goals and plans for this year, and what are you really looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to pushing this single "Why God Made Love Songs" to country radio, and the feedback on it has been so great from fans and from radio, and that's always really cool to see. But definitely looking forward to releasing the album, and also looking forward to going on the road with Darius Rucker and Eli Young Band. And I also got a open for. I have one date this summer with Darius and Brad Paisley, and I've never met Brad or opened for Brad, so I'm a big fan. I'm excited.
That's awesome. Now, country music is consistently evolving and growing. What do you love most about this genre?
You know, that's the thing. Every genre of music, and music's always evolving. I think, you know, country's kind of turning into this thing where it's got some different cool things going on. Like almost, you know, there's a certain type of country. There's different, like, I guess you could call it subgenres. But I think the coolest thing about country music in Nashville is, one, the people. You know, it's just you can't beat some of these artists. You know, I've got great friends who are artists here, and you know, the coolest thing is definitely the songs. Definitely, you know, and it's the songs that are about real life things. And I think that's what makes country so important and so relatable to so many people.
And finally, we're here at CRS. It's a week all about country radio. What's one song that when it comes on the radio, you have to crank it up?
There's quite a few of them. I was just jamming out to, you know what? I'm really digging Charlie Wersham's "Want Me To." That song is just kind of grooving to it. You know, I love it. But so that's a big tune of mine, and also the new Eric Church. And then I definitely I'm a huge fan of Eli Young Band too, and so I'm excited to go out on the road with them. But this past year, "Drunk Last Night" was just such a clever written song, just so cool, and definitely a true story. I've been there a few times, you know.
This week now.
Probably a few drunk phone calls this week.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us, and we wish you the best of luck with your new single, the album, and touring and everything else.
Thank you, appreciate it.
There ain't nothing that can start a fire, break down walls, lift you higher, while you sing along, or when you wanna say it but you were